body stretch. We're just going to try and get into all the little nooks and crannies in the body and just give an overall stretch in the body. So find a comfortable seat, whatever way you sit comfortably, and then lengthen up the spine. So you're sitting with the shoulders in line with the hips. Give yourself a little wriggle till you find your comfortable place. And then relax the shoulders, relax the hands on the knees, and then reach up through the top of the head. So you're lengthening up the spine, lengthening the neck, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the belly, and then just close your eyes. We'll take 5 slow, deep breaths in and out through the nose together. Slow and smooth. Nice, and then bring the palms together at the heart. As you breathe in, stretch the arms out wide and really stretch out through the fingers. Inhale up, and then exhale, hands to the heart. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, big stretch out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And once more. Nice, and then interlace the fingers, push the palms out away from you, and then breathe in, reach the arms up. Breathe out, we'll breathe out through the mouth this time, and then just bring the hands back to shoulder height. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale out through the mouth. It's always nice to connect with your breath first before you start moving the body. So the first movement is always the breath. So your movement becomes more mindful, and you're using the breath to bring oxygen to the muscles. So when you're stretching, it enhances your stretch more. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just once more. Nice, and then right hand just on the mat beside you. Start leaning to the right, so keep your hips solid as they are, and the stretch comes from the hip to the shoulder and out through the left fingertips. So depending on how tight you feel here, you might just stay on your fingertips, or you might walk the flat of the hand out a little bit further, or if you're quite flexible, you can come down to the forearm, wherever is comfortable. Don't try to get to the final pose just because you think you should or it looks better. Listen to your body. Yoga is about tuning into the body and listening to the body and building awareness, so you can feel yourself. Oh, that feels nice. Yeah, I feel tight there. I'll stay here and breathe. So it's your practice. You're listening to your body and doing what feels nice for you. So stay wherever you are, opening up the left side of the body. 2 more deep breaths. Nice, and then we'll just switch over nice and gently to start lengthening the side of the body first, and then deepening the stretch to wherever it feels good for you. So you're not trying to mimic whoever's instructing your class, and you're not trying to get what you think is the final pose. You're just moving your body so it feels nice. You're opening your body with the stretch and the breath, creating space again. Well done, and then come back up. Hands onto the knees, and then we're going to quickly just inhale, arch the spine, exhale, round the spine. Inhale, exhale. So As you inhale, lift the chin and look up. As you exhale, tuck the chin and look towards the belly button. You should feel a nice stretch in the spine, in between the vertebrae and the spine. Inhale, exhale, just once more. And then bring the feet together and the knees wide. So here, notice how it feels in the hips. If keeping the feet too close to your groin feels too tight, just wriggle the feet forward so you have more of a diamond shape here. So wherever is comfortable for you. And you're just going to lift the knees, wriggle them up and down. So you're opening the hips, strengthening and stretching your hip flexors, an area that doesn't get moved outward too often. Your knees are generally together. So when you're separating the knees outward, you're opening the hips and stretching the hip flexors. When you're ready, start to fold forward. So you're using your breath here as well to fold deeper into the pose. So as you breathe in, you're lengthening the spine and lifting up, creating space in the torso. And as you breathe out, you're folding towards the floor, lengthening the spine and feeling the stretch deep in the hips and the thighs and the inside the hip flexors. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Do that 3 more times. Breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, fold. Nice, and then come back up when you're ready, bring the knees together and we'll flip over to hands and knees for cat and cow. So just as you did the seated one, same thing with the spine, except you just get a little bit more space here when you're on all fours. So fingers spread nice and wide, hands on the shoulders. As you breathe in, lift the chin, arch the spine, so you're sticking your bum out. As you breathe out, tuck the chin round the spine. Breathe in and breathe out. And you're following your breath. So the breath always comes first and then the movement after. So inhale initiates the movement forward, exhale initiates the movement back. Nice, and just once more. Lovely, and then back to the center. Step your right foot forward. So knee and ankle are in line. Left knee is back, so it's back behind your hip. And then inhale, come up, hands to the hips. Exhale, sink the hips down. Inhale, so you're lengthening the spine. Exhale, sink the hips towards the mat. If there's any issues with the back knee, just double up your mat so you have a bit more cushion, or a little jumper or whatever you have to just cushion the knee out. Inhale, lift up, lengthen, exhale, sink down. Just once more. Nice, and then left hand to the mat, right hand to the sky, and you're twisting into the belly and the spine. Really reach up through the right fingertips, and you can look to the mat, look straight ahead or up to your hand. Keep breathing, focusing on slow, smooth breaths. And if you want a little bit extra here, you can lift the back knee. So lengthening up through the arms, pushing into the left hand, reaching up with the right, and really, if you have the back knee lifted, you're pressing the back of the knee towards the ceiling and sinking the hips towards the mat. So it's really quite energetic pose. One more breath. Nice, place the back knee down if you have it up. Back to all fours, and then just hips side to side. And then left foot forward, right knee just back slightly. Inhale to come up. Inhale, lengthen and lift everything. Exhale, sink the hips. Two more times. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, sink down. Lovely, well done. Then right hand to the mat, left hand to the sky. So stay here for 5-6 breaths. And if you wish, lift the back knee so it just becomes a little bit stronger and you get a stretch, more of a stretch in the back leg. Twisting the spine, reaching up. And then come back down when you're ready. Back to all fours. We're going to come into moving child's pose. So toes are together, knees are wide. And then you're forward on the arms, stretching the arms as far forward as it's comfortable. And forehead towards the mat. As you breathe in, come forward, bring the shoulders past the wrists. As you breathe out, you're just going to do like a mini push-up. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hips towards the feet. Breathe in, come forward. Breathe out, bend the elbows. Breathe in, push back up. Breathe out, hips towards the feet. Inhale. Exhale, little push up. Fingers nice and wide. Inhale, straight arms. Exhale, child's pose. So 2 more times, follow your breath. Nice, and then stay in an active child's pose. So we're going to bring forehead towards the mat, come up onto your fingertips, and really sink the chest towards the ground. And stay for 5 deep breaths. Inhale, come back up. Sit back on your feet. Bring the right arm up, right hand to the center of the shoulder blades. Roll the left hand back. Left and right hand come towards each other. Doesn't matter if they don't touch. They can just point towards each other. If they do touch, try to, like you're holding hands with yourself. Keep the spine nice and straight. Just notice if you're poking the ribs out, so you're the ribs are flaring out, and try to bring it back in so your core is nice and strong. And then switch. Left arm up, left hand to the center, right hand towards the left hand. And this is called cow face arms. So there's the funniest names of some of the poses in yoga. So the cow, when he's chewing the grass, his like jaw goes separate to the top and bottom jaw go like opposite directions, and that's why this pose is named after it. the elbows, I suppose, look like a cow chewing grass. They had lots of time on their hands back then when they were figuring out the names of poses. So one more deep breath. And it's funny because you'll see this pose for stretches in all sorts of movements around the world. They probably don't know where it comes from. So we'll come back to all fours and then back to downward facing dog. So feet are hip width, hands are shoulder width, and then you're doing your version of downward dog. So if you feel a little bit tight, bend your knees. You can bring the feet wider if you need a bit more space. Usually you will need to bring the feet back because most people do their downward dogs too short. So you want to feel a nice stretch in the spine. You're pushing into the hands to send the hips back, and you want to feel a nice stretch in the backs of the legs. But if it's too tight or it feels funny in the low back, just bend the knees and you're still getting that stretch. Lower the head so your head is relaxed. Nice, and then exhale to all fours. Inhale, reach the arms up, interlace the fingers and stretch. Exhale, bring the right hand towards the right heel. You're on your tippy toes. Left arm back. Inhale, left arm. If it's too much here, you can do this with the bum on the heels and the hand on the mat. So you're just like this. That's one option. Or second option is to lift the hips up. Inhale, arm goes back, hips go forward, exhale back, and then the other option is you're on your tippy toes and the hand goes to the heel. So again, your version, your body, do what works for you and listen to your body. If your back is twinging at all, stay down. 2 more times. Nice, and then back to downward dog. Fingers wide, shoulder distance apart, feet hip width or wider. Lift the hips and then send them back. Drop the head and breathe. Then we're going to bring this downward dog into a plank. So that just means bringing the shoulders over the wrists and lowering the hips down so your body's in a straight line. If you find that you need to wriggle your hands and feet to get into plank, then your downward dog is probably the wrong length. So you should be able to go from downward dog into a plank without moving the hands and feet. So do that a few more times. Inhale, plank, body's in a straight line. Exhale, hips back, downward dog. Then inhale, come forward to plank and hold, breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back to downward dog. Well done. And this time pedal out the feet. So bend one knee at a time. And then step the right foot forward. So it might take a few steps up. You might need to hold it and bring it up, or you might get it up in one go. Keep the back knee lifted. Just rock forward, forward and back. And left hand to the mat, right hand towards the sky. If this is too much, just drop the back knee. 5 deep breaths, reaching out through the fingertips like you're trying to reach up to touch a star. Well done. Back to plank. 5 deep breaths. Keep breathing. You're looking forward ahead of your mat, so your neck is in line with your spine. And hugging in the belly and reaching back through the heels, lifting the kneecaps. And then back to downward dog again, pedal at the feet. Then left foot comes forward, whatever way you can bring it up there. Right knee either stays up or it can drop back. And twisted lunge, left hand to the sky. Then bring the hand back to the mat, step it back to plank, just one breath, and then drop the knees. Sit back towards the heels, well done, and then roll out the shoulders. Breathe in, shoulders up to the ears and back, breathe out, down. Inhale forward and up, exhale back and down. And then you're going to come over onto your back and just do a little bridge pose. So the feet are hip distance. And the back is nice and flat on the mat. Pushing into the feet. Lift the hips up. You can use your hands for support if you like. You're looking straight up to the ceiling. Push into the feet, try to lift the hips up a bit higher. And if you like, walk the hands in towards each other. Keep breathing. And then slowly back down. Just take a second here. You can knock the knees in together and just breathe into the belly. And then hug both knees in, and you can rock side to side. And then you're going to relax the legs out in front, whatever way it feels best for you. So you can bring feet together, knees wide, or you can just rest them straight out on the mat. Or if you have any back issues, it might be nicer to have the feet flat, knees up. Whatever works best for you. Bring the hands to the belly so your fingers are nice and wide around the belly, and let the feet fall out to the sides. Relax the shoulders. Take a few deep breaths. And then just notice the muscles in your face. If you are tense in your forehead, try to relax the forehead, relax the eyebrows, relax your jaw so your teeth are separated, your jaw is nice and relaxed. You can close your eyes and then focus on the breath in the belly. As you breathe in, the belly expands and you can feel it in your hands. The belly fills up with breath, and then as you breathe out, the belly comes back down and relaxes. Breathe in, belly expands, fills up. Breathe out, belly relaxes and falls back down. And your breath should be equal, so the inhale matches the exhale. So if it helps, you can count. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in and out. And then just let the arms come to the sides, the feet come to the sides, everything falls and relaxes. Let the whole body settle and rest. Close your eyes and just breathe naturally, whatever way feels comfortable. And just feel your whole body settling and dropping into the ground. And just start to wriggle your toes, wriggle the fingers, roll out your ankles and wrists. Hug the knees in, little rock side to side. And when you're ready, rock yourself up to sit. We'll just do a seated twist to finish. So lengthen the spine as you breathe in, reach the arms up. As you breathe out, twist to the right. So right hand comes behind, your spine stays nice and tall, straight. Left hand comes to the right knee. And then look back over the right shoulder and breathe. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale to the other side. Keep the spine nice and tall and twist with the breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist and look over the left shoulder. Inhale, come back up. Sweep the arms up. Exhale. Bring the hands to the heart. Lengthen the spine. Keep the face nice and relaxed. Deep breathing. Just notice if you feel calm and centered and peaceful. And if you do, just know that you can create this feeling in your body any time that you need it. With your breath, move if you need to, breathe deeply when you need to, and it will bring you back to a calm, centered place. During the day, whenever you feel a little bit tense, use your breath. And then take a little bow forward, namaste.